Saturdays for the boys. The old Barstool saying has never been more true. Dave Portnoy on Fox, Pat McAfee on Game Day. It's a Barstool world. We'll discuss the Lee Corso send-off and the Doris Burke demotion. Plus, how could ESPN possibly use MLB.TV? We are back. It's football season. College has started, and now the NFL is on deck. And Boston College's own John Meterparel, 20 years in the booth with his game the other day, a blowout of BC beating Fordham. Meet, always great to talk to you about some sports media.
Yep, the Eagles just scored again, Marchand. Take that, Spiro Dides and Mike Breen.
Oh, yeah, Michael K.
Ryan Rucco, John Giannone.
Yeah, Fordham has a very good sportscasting, and, of course, Vince Scully.
Yes.
Their lineage is amazing. But BC, who do you guys? You got Joe Tessitore,
John Bouchambi.
Bob Wischusen.
Of course, go back to Leslie Visser back in the day. Kevin O'Malley, who you know, used to be a big guy at CBS.
So college football starts. I mean, for me, big noon kickoff, and then college game day with a record 3.5 million people watched to see Lee Corso's final broadcast, and I thought they went really well. I thought ESPN handled it well. We'll get into it all a little deeper when we get to the questions a little bit later. And then on Fox Sports, big noon kickoff, I thought they used Dave Portnoy well in spots. He riled up everybody. I mean, can you do the same thing every week where he's talking about Michigan and dissing everybody? You're going to have to sort of not normalize it, but make it. You can't just do the same. It can't be a one-trick pony every week. I think against Ohio State, that worked. Ohio State, Texas, first game. Was he banned? Was he not banned? And so much attention. So, but I thought they used them in spots, and it worked.
Well, we're going to get to that in my What's Down, but we will preview that for you. What do you have on tap here first, Marchand?
Yeah, well, before we get to that, we're presented by WSC Sports. You want to make your life easier if you're a league, your team, your network. Use WSC Sports. They have digital asset management library that gets sports, easy to use. So go to WSC Sports, WSC-sports.com. Also, Jay Marine, September 24th. You can show up and sign up for that. Not guaranteed to get in, but if you sign up, we're going to do our best to get everyone in there. Very popular. Jay Marine, the global head of Amazon Prime Video of their sports. And then Laura Rutledge is our guest on the main event on Thursday. And I want to say we thank everybody who's subscribing, P1s, non-P1s. Really appreciate all of you at andrewmarchand.com. Twice weekly podcasts.
Laura Rutledge, better known as the wife of Josh Rutledge, who you know played second base for the Boston Red Sox. All right, what's up in your world?
Josh Rutledge, what kind of career did Josh Rutledge have?
Josh Rutledge was your classic utility player, kind of like Scott Fletcher back in the day, guy that could play a lot of different positions. Decent career.
Yeah.
Good field.
Right, pretty good.
Decent glove. Good guy to have on the team. You like those guys, Marchand.
You do. You definitely like. Well, they're always good in the clubhouse too. Usually, the utility guys, the relievers. When you cover the Yankees or Mets, those are the guys they want to talk to you. You know, the stars. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Mark Teixeira now running for a politician. I knew Mark well. That should be interesting. What's up in my world? You ask as we move on. Lee Corso. I think you have to give Lee Corso his plaudits. I thought ESPN handled it really well. In terms of saying goodbye to Corso. I mean, was it a lot? Yes, but at 90 years old, a legendary figure in sports television and college football television. I thought that was really good. I thought Big Noon Kickoff did a good job. They had Tom Rinaldi. They had Bear, who worked at ESPN and Game Day for a long time, gave some tributes. And then they showed the headgear at the end, which I thought was a smart move and a classy move. So all around, my what's up, Lee Corso, great celebration of college football and television and what waking up on Saturday mornings has meant for so many of us for so many years.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Outstanding by ESPN, everybody involved with that production. Also, Fox, I love what they did with the crossover. Tom Rinaldi did a really nice piece on Lee Corso, calling him Saturday's grandfather. Wrote a nice piece on that. So that was overall great viewing. But my what's up, maybe somebody you haven't heard of, Tisha Thompson. She's an ESPN investigative reporter. Kind of stumbled on this interview she did with Shohei Ohtani's bookie, his interpreter's bookie. Didn't know much about this story, kind of followed it on the periphery, but man, riveting. Like if you haven't watched this interview, check it out on their app or on YouTube. It's amazing, this guy. I think his name is Michael Bowery, who's the bookie. He told her everything. He said, you can ask me anything. He was extremely upfront, mentioning numbers, the amount of money that through the bookie, through Shohei, bet over $20 million. Just staggering figures, crazy story. Kind of makes you wonder about a lot of different things in terms of the integrity of everybody. But Tisha Thompson, terrific job for ESPN.
My what's down is Doris Burke. Burke gets demoted off of the NBA Finals team, and she's being replaced by Tim Legler. She'll be on the number 2 team, got a contract extension. We'll get deeper into this. I have a lot of thoughts about this, but at the end of the day, we can talk about Mike Breen, we can talk about Richard Jefferson, we can talk about decision makers. For Doris, it's not good. She goes and has 2 years on the NBA Finals and now gets demoted. So not great. Now we'll get into some of the reasoning behind it, some of the machinations when we get to the questions. But Doris Burke has had a legendary career. Deserves all of it. Hall of Fame. She was inducted in as a Kirk Gowdy winner a couple of years ago. 2 years on the final, but gets demoted. So she gets my what's down. Goes to Doris Burke.
All right, my what's down goes to Dave Portnoy from Fox. All right, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting a little bit more. I know Portnoy has a brand, and Portnoy is a Michigan guy. We talked about this last week as well. You hit it about 2 minutes ago. It's got to be more than this, just banging on Michigan and banging on Urban Meyer and telling the crowd to shut up. And I know that was his crowd because he was at Ohio State. And look, he can capture a room. He's a very talented guy. I don't dispute that. I love what he's done throughout his career in terms of building an empire. That's a case study in good business. But I just need a little bit more, whether it's information, whether it's jokes, whether it's let's look around the map with Portnoy, similar to what they did with Lee Corso for years. I don't think he has to put a mascot on his head, but I just feel like there needs to be more substance as he moves along. Still early, week 1. Good experiment by Fox to bring him into the mix, but I just need more at this point.
And let's get deeper into that. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, AndrewMarchand.com, AndrewMarchand.com. We appreciate all of you who subscribe and continue to subscribe, AndrewMarchand.com. So let's continue with that.
What did you make of Dave Portnoy's debut on